Hi everyone. So today we are going to talk about inheritance, one of the four pillars of the object-oriented programming concepts. I have another video uploaded about encapsulation, so the link you can find it over here on the top right of the screen. So let's go ahead with inheritance concept. So it's a very simple concept. One of the very important core pillars of object oriented programming. It's very simple. So let's take an example. Imagine there's like a father, class father. So a father will have a first name, a last name. Let's take it as Stark, Anthony Stark. Then he might have like some money in the bank account, for example 50,000 USD, and a car, maybe Chevrolet. Okay, so these are actually the properties that belongs to the class father, right? So what happens is, if there's a new class son, naturally it will not have these properties inherited, but what you do is you extend the son class with the father. This is from the Java programming. People from Python, you will be able to see something like this. So what does this mean is the class son is inheriting the properties of father. So naturally the son, in even in the real time, he has a lot of properties that is being inherited from the father, right? So in this case it will be like first name again, last name, so which is Stark, Anthony, and then the money as well, and the car as well, right? So now what happens is, the best part about inheritance is you do not have to write these things over here. It's all about reusability. So what we will do is we will just remove this, and since it's already extending the father class, by default these four will be inherited by the son class as well, as I have written it before. So conceptually all these four properties belongs to the son as well, which I had written, but because we have extended it, you do not have to write it. So that is how the code reusability comes into picture. So if we create an object f1 is equals to father, f1 dot, I can access all these things: first name, last name, money, and then car. But if I also create a new child class, or sorry, a son class, something like s1 equal to son, even though we have nothing written over here, it has still inherited all the properties as if it existed over here. So I can still access s1 dot f name, last name, money, and car, all four over here. So that is how you have inherited all the properties. So but just say that s1 dot first name, it will give Anthony, which is not correct, right? Because the son's name is, for example, Tony. Last name is Stark. That's fine. Money, okay, we share the same money. What my father earns, I also earn. That's okay. I mean, his money is my money, and the car as well, right? So in this case, what happens is, because first name is specific to the father, this we can make it as a private variable. So what will happen is the son will not be able to access the first name now. Why? Because it's a private variable. Instead, now what we will do is we will create our own first name over here, which will be Tony, right? So now I will be able to access the first name, which will be s1 dot first name, and this will come as Tony over here. Why? Because this first name is specific to the father and I've made it as private, and this first name that I created is specific to the son. But the remaining three, I am still inheriting the last name, money, and car, so it still stays the same. So this is how the inheritance concept work. Like if something is private, it just belongs to that particular class. If it is public and this whole class is being inherited by another class, it will be shared across the classes. So for example, the son will share all the son will inherit all the properties which are in plus, the last name, money, and car, but not the first name. They will have their own first name. But the opposite is not allowed. When a new property is added to a son class, it will not be accessed by father. So, for example, we had class father, which had a car, and we have a class son that's extending father, and which has a property as bike. So, father object will only have access to the car, but the son object will have access to both the car as well as the bike as well. So when you extend a class, the extended class will actually inherit all the properties of the above classes, but not the same the other way around. So the father class will not inherit the properties of the son, but the son will inherit all the properties of the father except for the ones which are private. So that is what inheritance is all about. It's a very simple concept, and I will explain more in the coding video that I will upload soon. So I hope you understood, and I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.